All right, everyone, we are going to start with our blank equation format. And then we're going to highlight our important information. He spent this much money, and then he charges that much per yard. Change my color. So this is per yard, so that indicates that that is my slope. And he spent this much money. Spent is something that indicates subtraction or a negative number. And that's my equation. It's going to help me solve because I want to get to however much is going to be bigger than this. Moving on to this one. So Gene grows this many pumpkins. I'll find a different highlight color. Let's do this one. He grows this many. That's where he starts. And then he sells this many a day. So I know this is my starting point. So I'm going to put that number here. And each time he sells this many pumpkins, it's taking away from this number. So actually our slope is going to be a negative 89 because it takes away from this starting point. And then from here, I got to figure out how long it's going to take until I'm at 0 for y. And that's the same concept with this one. We're starting off with this many cats, and we're taking away this amount of adopted cats. So my starting point is here, and I take away 53 of those cats and put them in homes. The only difference is that when we go to solve, I'm putting how many days. So I'm going to put it right here. I'm not asking how long it takes before we get to 0. I'm saying during the month of October, it's special. Black cats get adopted more here. So I'm looking at just this month, and I'm going to put a 31 in for X to solve. All right, and then if I look here, we start with 23 shiny objects, and then he increases it by 2 every time he takes a trip out of his nest. I start with 23, and then 2 is right next to the word every. So 2 is my slope. And then it says, okay, I took 4 trips. Tell me how many shiny objects I have. All right, and then we have, okay, our spider starts off with this amount, starts off with this amount of web, and then he continues on and makes this amount of web per minute. And it tells us how many minutes the spider spent making a web. So you got to tell me how much webbing he made. So I'm showing you guys practice this format because it's going to help you solve these problems if you start with this format.